Okay, folks, hello there again. So today we will have a slightly shorter meeting. Many people have been asking this question that how did the cash flow analysis look like for three different strategy packs that we have over different time periods. Special interest, of course, in fourth quarter 2018 to now, especially since the markets did not behave in a very predictable way since third week of September. So I thought we will create a quick summary for you uh, to explain what the cash flow analysis looks like for different strategy packs, or in general, how much money would you need. This will help you understand to start investing using profitmonk.com's strategies while avoiding risk of ruin. So let's dive right in. But first, let's look at our assumptions straight. So these and assumptions, it's important for you to understand them. The analysis that we are going to talk about has been performed for default settings, and I'll go to the web page in a minute and explain what the default settings are. We are investing less than $250 in each trade, and you will look at three scenarios uh, for the cash flow analysis. The first scenario is, what if you had started investing in on September 1st, 2018. Basically, you were like the unluckiest guy on the planet and you had no beginner's luck. So, what if you had started on September 1st, 2018? How would your account look now? And then we will look at two other scenarios. What if you had started in January of 18, and what if you had started on January of 2017? So basically how the strategies have performed over slightly longer periods. Last quarter, about a year and change in about 2 years. But first, as promised, let's look at what the default settings are. It's quite simple. If you go to the web page, let's go here. Okay, here you go. So if you go to profitmonk.com, let's start from scratch so that it's easier, and you sign in, and let's me use my quick sign in credentials, which are my email and my phone number. So let's say if I go to the investment settings, uh, you do see these three click here signs. The click here signs, actually, if you just click them, it will apply the default setting for a particular strategy pack. So if I, for example, click here, then it also gives you an information that you are utilizing the mainline based strategies. And then just to refresh your memories, where are the mainline strategies? They are here. Okay, so if you click here after this, this is your custom page. If you click here, then you get all the right settings applied, and you get the information based on that. Now if I can go back to the investment settings page and then click it for turbo pack default, then if I just click it here, then these are the turbo pack strategies, and your my strategy page will be populated with ideas that are based on those strategies. So quite simple, in fact. And so this is what we are talking about when we are talking about just the default settings. That's what the meaning of this is. So, okay, so given that, let's jump in. So this is the data for mainline strategies right here. The chart here, it's talking about mainline data for number of trades, and you have uh, three pieces of data as promised since September 2018, which is last quarter roughly. This is since January 2018, and this is since January 2017. The y-axis is the number of trades. So you can see that in since September 2018 you have made um, very little trades. In fact, let's see how much that number is. Okay, so that number looks like 44. So total 44 trades made on mainline strategies, out of which 28 were profitable. The same number for January 2018, last 1 year, only 170 trades made over last 1 year, and out of which 99 were profitable. And then about 567 trades made since January of 2017, and out of which 339 were profitable. So this is how it looks. But let's look at this data, because this is most interesting. How did this cash flow pan out? And that is okay. So this is blue color, and I think this graph needs some explaining. So what this graph has is three particular components. The first one is money invested. So how much total money you invested. So for 44 trades, if your maximum limit was like $250, then this is the amount of money that you would have invested, and we will just click it on it and see how much that is going to be. But the maximum is not going to be more than 250 multiplied by 44. So that is this particular blue bar. Again, this is the color code is matching, so this is since September 2018. Then you have money earned. So on these profitable trades, which are red here, how much total money you made, and that's again this bar here for September 2018, so for last quarter. And profit is nothing but, you know, how much money you made minus money you invested. So basically cash flow seems to be positive here for mainline. Let's look at those numbers in a little bit more detail by going to the graph directly. So you have invested about $8,500 since September 2018. So that's the money you invested, and you have made about 13,700. So it's been quite reasonable, about 4,700 positive. And given that the trades made have not been too many, it's been okay for the big market blip in fourth quarter. The cash flow is positive. And of course, for bull markets, if you look at since 2017, I mean, a lot of 2017 was bull market. You can see that the profit mades are quite strong. So about $53,000 roughly for since 2017, and in 2018 as well, a profit of about $16,300. So not too bad. You can in fact get the same information from the web page. So if I just click on the main line, because we were looking at the main line once, so let's go for the mainline default strategies and go to the mainline page. You can in fact get the same information from this page as well. So out of 568, how many trades you were profitable and how many lossy, and then this tells you, this graph tells you profit made over time. But sometimes it's hard for you to read that how much is the profit made, let's say from September of this year, which is roughly here 40,800. That was the profit made till September, and then you are here at 44. So it's you have to really look at these two numbers and graph carefully to understand your total gains, while here this data is readily available. So I just tried to summarize it for you. So that's for mainline strategies. And if I look at TurboPack, let's see how that goes. So and we will look at the last quarter first. So since September 2018, this looks like about 140-ish trades. Let's see. Yes, about 136 trades made, and out of which 60 were profitable. And the amount of profit that you made, actually, it's kind of not visible here. And that's because this is too small, about $2,000. So it's the blue bar here, which is not really visible in the chart. The chart is too small for that. So that's your profit made over last quarter. So positive cash flow still. Since January 2018, about 476 trades made, and out of which 255 were profitable. And the money, the profit is actually it's quite good. It's about $46,000 since. So yeah, so I just confirmed it. So it is about $46,000 of profit since 2018, which is nothing but the difference between the amount of money you earned on the trades that you won, which is this number again for last 1 year, 255, and then amount of money you invested, about $102,000. You can see the value on this curve, which is the amount of money invested for making these 476 trades. The same data exists for last 2 years as well. This is since January 2017, where you made 1376 trades, out of which 740 were winners, and on these 1376 trades you had to invest about $300,000, which is this line here, you can see in this graph. And on these 740 trades you made about $446,000. So difference between this curve and this bar is about $131,000, which is your net profit over 2 years. So over 2 years, about 131K. In 2018, about 46,000, but last quarter has not been so great. It's about $2,000, and you know, this graph keeps disappearing on me. You can again get the same information from the TurboPack My Strategy TP page after you set up the strategies, and you should see matching numbers from here as well, including on this curve. So in summary, this also looks okay for last few months. Again, very few trades, although not as few as this one. This had just 44 trades, the mainline strategies, and this has about 137. So it's still a lot more trades than the mainline, but not as many as this one. Look at that. So this is booster pack, and these strategy packs work slightly differently, and you can see the impact. So even in September, since September, which is last quarter, this thing has basically made about 400-ish trades, and out of which, of course, there have been winners. 203 winners out of 452 trades since September 2018. But I mean, this is a lot more trades than any of the other two strategies. Of course, if you can set up some automated trading based on the ideas generated out of the web page, you know, you can go right ahead. In fact, some of our hedge fund kind of customers do it. But if you are retail investor, I think the other two packs seem better because you don't have to trade as much. Let's still go through the summary. So you have more trading required, about 450 trades in last quarter, 203 wins, and okay, so that makes a difference, because even though the market has been volatile, you have made about $7,900. That's a good amount of profit, considering that the last quarter has typically been quite brutal on most of the portfolios. So if somebody was using this default strategy, he or she would still be up a few $1,000s using booster packs. So this worked quite okay for the big market blip. The cash flow has been positive, and the performance in bull markets, though, let's look at that. So since 2018, it has last 1 year. Okay, 2018 has not been such a great bull market. It's been up and down. So let's look at the 2017 data. So 1492 total trades, out of which 633 trades have been positive. And let's see how much is the profit. It's about $44,399. So okay, so this is basically, I wouldn't say good, it's reasonable performance for bull markets. It seems to be better for bear markets, this particular strategy. So that's what you can see here, because for bull markets, you can see you made $131,000 for turbo packs. That's the profit you made for just for making about 1,300 trades. And for booster pack, you again made roughly similar ballpark, about 1492 trades, but the amount of money you made is 44K. So clearly booster pack strategies work better for bear markets, because in bear market, you can see here in last quarter, this thing made $8,000. You can see it here. Let me hold the mouse there for a moment. While here this turbo packs made just about 2K. I mean, it's hardly visible. Yeah, $2,100. Mainline made roughly the same, for about $4,000. So in summary, what we see is that the cash flow has been positive even in the last quarter. Of course, the maximum money, if you look at it, that you need to invest will be lesser if you do have to make lesser number of trades. So if your starting point is you don't want to invest more than 10-15K, or let's say even less than 10K, I think mainline works better, because it doesn't give you too many trades. TurboPack is probably second in the line, and Booster Pack requires probably most amount of investment. But all three work okay for last quarter as well as for bull markets, and a combination might work well for bull and bear markets. So that's what we had for today. Hopefully this is useful in terms of having you decide the right profit monk strategy to use for your option trades. Have a good rest of your week. Bye bye.